this week's DFU. This is our Dancing Queen episode. Today we are in Suite 16, the 16th class of our Final Fantasy VII semester. And I brought up the Dancing Queen thing only to watch Chris roll his eyes.
Well, you got an eyebrow raise. I was like, I don't know what the fuck she's talking about.
I didn't tell him I was going to do that.
I was like, I'm the one that's teaching the fucking subject here, and I know for a fucking fact there ain't no shit coming up like that.
The previous 15 episodes of this semester, all leading up to this particular episode. So at this point, I'm just assuming you've watched those. If you haven't, you probably should. If you have, welcome. I am your host and fellow student, Kelsey. Teaching us today and continuing our education is a man who annoys every single one of his friends by comparing their own emotional growth to the character arcs in Final Fantasy VII. Chris, how you doing?
I mean, it's not my fault they don't live up to it. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's not my
People,
fault.
video game characters.
Not my fault. But yeah, doing good. Super excited. Thinking about how closer we are to getting the remake. So, pretty pumped. Ready
Yeah,
for my
we're a
cloud
week
statue.
closer than the last time we recorded.
Yep. Told everybody at work that I would at least bring it in and set it on my desk for one day. And it will come right back home with me as soon as I go to leave as well.
Like the game?
No, the statue.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, because if I was your coworker, I would be an asshole and I would steal that game at the end of the day.
Well, my other one,
my
my other coworker definitely said he's all like, because he's like, oh, you're gonna just put a statue? And I was all like, well, I was like, no, because I mean, I want it on my desk at home for sure. I was like, and plus, like, nothing against anybody here, but we also have a night cleaning crew. I don't know any of those people, and this statue itself was worth like fucking $350. So I'm gonna take a hot pass on that. And he's all like, I'm not gonna lie, I view me and you as friends, but even I would steal that statue if you left it here. That would totally happen. I was like, you know what? I respect that.
Thank you for telling me. I no longer
respect it.
trust you with any of my stuff.
Yep. So I will bring it to work for one day. It will be on my desk. I will be eating lunch at my desk. And when I go to leave for the day, it will leave with me. And
you will have no meetings that day. You will not leave your desk. You will not pee.
It will not be on a Friday. That is for sure. I have way too fucking many meetings on Friday. I spend like half my day in meetings on Fridays. It's like I
wouldn't bring it. I'd bring him pictures, but I wouldn't bring it.
I'm not that actually worried about it. I'm really not. I could literally leave it there over the weekend. It would be fine, but I'm not going to. I'll bring it. Okay. I'll showcase it. And I always bring my backpack too. So if I really feel untrusty, I'll just put it back in its box, put it in my backpack, and I'll just bring my backpack outside with me if I gotta go somewhere. So
let's move on. Because I believe your last instruction to us were get Cloud back on your team, go back to Nibelheim, and go back to the mansion.
Yes, to get the Zack Fair death scene, which we've seen and gave our thoughts on. So we got our fearless leader Cloud back. Fearless leader. Excited he's back. He's actually not fearless leader, but he is the leader. And he is back. We got his mind together. He knows what he needs to do. He knows it's time to go stop Sephiroth and put an end to this meteor bullshit once and for all. So, how do we do that? Well, first, we have to stop Shinra from obtaining all the huge materia. That's right. We talked briefly about this.
Right. Yeah, the huge materia. Yes.
The huge materia. Yes. We talked briefly about this because the other half of the team was doing it while Cloud and Tifa were getting their shit together in live stream. So, we so far have the huge materia from Fort Condor, and we also have the huge materia from North Corral. If you stop the train. If you didn't stop the train, sucks to suck. You lost huge materia and ultimate materia. That sucks for you.
You fail.
Yep, pretty much. But now we're heading to the underwater reactor. There's a reactor underwater, and it's got some huge materia in it. And that's what we need. That's what we need. So, everybody gets back on the high wind. We're in full force, ready to fucking go. Down, back to Junon, where we see, people are still kind of freaking the fuck out after what happened with Weapon and everything else. It's kind of crazy shit going on. But something looks different. And I don't know if you actually notice it here, but it's not really a spoiler anywhere else. But if you don't notice it here, we're going to notice it literally in the next episode we got to do. So I'm going to go ahead and say we notice it here. But when you get to Junon, you notice something crazy, something weird, something different. The cannon is gone. The gigantic
That is crazy,
cannon,
weird, and different.
And they call it the Sister Ray, by the way. It's called the Sister Ray. The Sister
I don't
Ray
think you
gone.
can call a cannon a ray. I just don't. You can't.
Well,
no.
Do. The Sister Ray is gone. We don't know where it's at, but now Junon looks very weird without this gigantic cannon just hanging off its fucking pier, basically. But enough about Junon, because we're going down below, down to the sea level. And on the sea level, we get to these glass tunnels where you can kind of see the sea and the sea creatures and shit in the background. This, people, we talked about this a couple episodes back, where you fight the ghost ship and you morph it into the guidebook and give it to the Calm Traveler to get Master Materia. This is it. Once you start seeing all these sea creatures in your glass tunnels, you just run around in circles until finally that ghost ship appears and you fight it. Gigantic wooden ship, skeleton on the front. I don't remember what episode it was, but we talked about it. Actually, I think we talked about it on the episode, I think it would be episode 12, because that was the Temple of the Ancients, and that was before Earthad. So it's either episode 11 or episode 12.
Why did we talk about this ahead of when we could actually go do it?
Because that's when we got the morph materia, and I was explaining why it was important.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Yep. So this is where it's at. Use your morph materia, put it on your strongest character, most likely Cloud. Put it on Cloud, and then make him get the final killing blow on the pirate ship. Once again, use suicide level, whatever, to get it down, because there's 3 different suicide levels to get it down. It just takes part of its health, brings it down, brings it down, brings it down, brings it down. You can't kill it with suicide to it, so do it until you're like in the double digits, and then try morph out on it, and it should kill it, turning it into the guidebook. And you can get that to the Calm Traveler, and he will give you something. And then sooner or later, when you give him all of them, he will give you Master Materia for every single materia there is, which is really good. Really good. So, but not what we're here for. We are here to get the huge materia out of the reactor, and we get all the way down there. We do a lot of traveling, and who do we run into? We run into Shinra soldiers and Reno of the Turks. That's right, we run into Reno, and we see them loading the huge materia onto a submarine. We go to stop them, but Reno has brought a gigantic robot friend for us to fight, which this boss, if you will, what was his name? Carry Armor is his name. Very fucking annoying. Extremely fucking annoying. He doesn't even really look all that cool. And I'll get a picture up here in a second. But basically, he's got these 2 gigantic arms where he can pick up your party members, and he just holds them in his hands until they die, basically. They can't attack.
Shitty.
They can't do anything, and you keep attacking, but every time you attack him, you also attack them as well. So yeah, you gotta try to hurry up, beat his arms off, so that way he can't do that to you, because he's a jackass, because he's a dick. And yeah, so he's something else. Not one of my faves, that's for sure. I could do without him, but you know. But that's
if
Reno's
they took
little
him out
buddy.
of the remake, you know you'd be sad.
But yeah, so that's Carry Armor. Once you get past him, you try to get to the other submarine, but they leave with the huge materia, so you got to get in. Well, they leave in a red submarine. You got to get in a blue submarine and chase them down. So as you chase them down to get them, this is, a lot of people think the submarine thing is hard. It's really not. It's actually really easy. If you just look at the controls, you should be able to fucking figure it out. It's really not that hard. As long as you just stay on the red submarine and you shoot it down, not only do you get to keep the submarine that you have, which you need, not only do you get to keep the submarine that you have, but on top of that, the red submarine sitting at the bottom of the ocean floor, which you can come back for later and obtain the huge materia that was on the red submarine. But you leave it where it's at for now, and we head on to the next spot because Shinra is on its way with huge materia already loaded up into a plane. Because what are they going to do? They're going to take the plane, they're going to load the huge materia into the rocket at Rocket Town, shoot the rocket off, and have it go straight at the meteor, hoping that it will crash and blow up the meteor. So not only
are they aware that the rocket is...
Oh, they're fucking aware. That's for sure.
Okay.
But who out of everybody should be pissed off about this?
Sid.
Sid! And why is
Sid.
Sid mad? Because that's his rocket.
And he wants to go to space.
And he wants to go to space. So, guess what our next chapter is called? The First Man in Space.
If it's not Sid, he's going to rip people's faces off.
Sid is going to be able to live out his dream. Yeah. And I like how it has a note in here too. Note, if Sid isn't in your party, you are forced to take him along at this point. Make sure you equipped him adequately for the next battles ahead. So yes.
I'm worried we're about to lose Sid in a gigantic fiery explosion that's not going to accomplish anything except killing our friend.
Maybe. So, we get there, and we go to stop Shinra, but unfortunately, we have to fight, once again, another Turk, Rude, and the attack squad. So, just a couple of Shinra soldiers. After you dispatch them, move forward into the rocket, you get inside, and you find out that Shinra has put this lock mechanism in place in order to keep the huge materia locked down. You don't get that figured out until the rocket has already taken off. So Sid, Cloud, and whoever your third is, they're going to fucking outer space. That's happening.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But something that you notice, as it's already locked or left, is that the rocket is on a locked-in crash course towards the meteor. There is no way for the team to get out of the course that is set with the rocket. So, heading for a crash course for the meteor. Cloud's like, well, we still got to get the huge materia, so let's go do that. Now, we'll say this. If you listen, there are clues to what the password is to get the huge materia out. It's locked in this cage. If you listen to Sid as he's talking, it is 4 digits. Or, well, 4 something. It's 4 something, yeah. It's 4. So, it's going to be your buttons. I will say this. If you guess it wrong 3 times, the materia is locked in there and there's nothing you can do to get it back out. You will lose the huge materia. You can easily go find this code. It's very easy to go find this code. Some of these codes in this game aren't the same every single time. This one is. So if you want to go find this code, you can go find this code. Just for instance, PlayStation people, if you don't want a spoiler coming your way, it is circle, square, XX. Everybody else, I have no fucking clue. I'm just letting you know. That's what the strategy guide is. So you'll have to go figure out what those buttons are for your buttons on your controller and then go from there. But, move forward. You get the huge materia out, and oh no, what's going to happen? Can we get the fuck out? Well, yes you can. You want to know why? Because there is an escape pod. Team quickly runs down and gets in an escape pod, but Sid really doesn't want to leave. He's happy that he finally got to accomplish his dream. What else is there left? But who is there to coach him along? Shira! She is also in the rocket because she just cannot stop showing up to places where she probably shouldn't be. So she was in the rocket. She's the one that led them to the escape pod, and they all got out.
Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
She was the woman that he didn't get to go to space for, right?
Yep.
What the fuck is she doing in this rocket?
That's a very good question, Kelsey. It's a very good question, and I wish I had the answers for you.
No, wait, no, your strategy guide doesn't tell you what the fuck she's doing in the rocket?
I believe she was just checking on stuff, doing routine maintenance on the rocket for hopefully sooner or later it could go off.
No.
Mm-hmm.
You're shitting me right now.
No. Or maybe she got the call from Shinra to say that make sure it was ready to go. I think that might have been it. She was getting it prepped for Shinra to take it or whatever. Because they're going to use it to launch the huge materia off, so.
I guarantee you the last person he wants to lay eyes on right now is her.
He actually kind of lets bygones be bygones.
I mean, that's good.
This is somewhat our redeeming arc for good old City here. The Sidster, the Sid Meister.
I don't know that she's around enough to get a nickname.
No, Sid.
Oh, our Sid. Okay, yeah. Whoa, sorry.
Yeah, her name is Shira, not Sid.
Yeah, I got there. There's a lot of S names going on, dude.
I don't know if you knew this, but her name is Shira, not Sid. Just kidding.
I'm going to flip you off. I'm mid flip off, actually.
But
I'm gonna stop now. I'm sorry.
But we got a short video to jump into. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
You fuck!
Really was malfunctioning.
Yep, like Shira said, yep.
Yep, you were right. We're no longer in a panic.
Right.
Sid, rude.
Gotta love Sid.
There you go, Sid. You didn't insult somebody for 5 seconds.
That's okay. He had a little bit of redeeming.
Like how quiet it is.
Mm-hmm.
Is he about to get bored? Are they absolutely certain that the huge materia wouldn't stop Meteor?
Yes, Cloud them absolutely 100% know that it's not going to stop Meteor.
They know it's not going to do anything.
Because the rocket still is crashing into there. It's just the huge materia isn't on board. The rocket is still crashing.
It's just if there was any chance it would work, like leave it there, let it happen.
Right,
but
right.
I guess if they know for a fact it won't do anything, then don't waste the materia.
Because the way you got to look at it is, the meteor was summoned by materia. You're basically just adding fuel to the fire at that point by giving it.
Oh yeah, terrible idea.
Mako,
solid point.
And once again, huge materia is like gigantic concentrated Mako energy. So yeah, probably not good to add that on top of that. Just saying.
Just fair.
But yeah, so we fall back down to Earth, and yeah, that's where we got to go. The rocket then smashes into Meteor. So for those of you who don't know, we watched a short video. Hashtag thought it was recording. It wasn't. But yeah, so basically she got to see the rocket crash into Meteor and kind of everybody's reaction to that and where we're kind of sitting as a team. Also saw Sid's big speech about how the planet's a little kid and that's up to us to protect it, and also saw him not have a plan on how to do so, which was fucking hilarious. I love it. Sid's just like, I got this, but I don't.
So what are we gonna do? I don't know. Thanks for having some motivational imagery there, Sid. Plans are useful too.
Gotta love Sid. Gotta love Sid. So what do you think about Sid's redemption there? Him seeing
he kind of messed it up when she showed up and tried to help him, and he called her a stupid insert words here. I was like, damn it, Sid, like you were just growing as a person and then habit took over. So Sid, I don't think he's done. I think he has a ways to continue going, but it's good to hear him acknowledge that she was right. It's
Yeah.
good for her to have that opportunity when she felt like she was taking away his his life, basically. I'm
Right.
glad he got to go to space.
Yep.
I'm glad he came home safely from space.
I don't think Sid is gonna ever stop cussing at people. I don't think that's gonna happen.
And you've heard me on this channel. I wouldn't necessarily encourage him to, but she's helping him, and he's calling her a stupid.
He
Like
did it to Cloud too. That was pretty funny. Cloud's like, "I'm not gonna leave
that.
my
Yeah.
friends." He's like, "You stupid fuck! What are you doing?"
Yeah. Yeah,
Fucking,
that's true.
Sid cracks me the fuck up. He's so fucking funny. So I like whenever you fucking go and they have the whole Aerith death scene, and Cloud goes to act like he's gonna kill Aerith, and Sid's like, "Cloud, you stupid fuck!" It's just.
It'll be interesting to see what they
man.
do with him in the remake.
Yes.
Equally as foul mouthed.
Oh my god! Please, please, Square Enix.
If they nerf
good.
his language, I think you're going to be very upset.
I would actually really be upset about that. 100% would be upset about that. Oh man, they better make him some cranky old fuck too.
Why does he have to be old? I want him to
He
be.
is old.
Basically, you know what I want? I think of Sid and Captain Mal from Firefly very similarly, just Sid's a little bit more foul-mouthed. So I would love it if Sid was voiced by Nathan Fillion. Just have him come back and do Mal.
I don't know.
Do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
I know who Nathan Fillion is, so I got that.
Do you know who?
Mal is. No, I've never watched Firefly.
You haven't seen Firefly?
I've literally gotten the same reaction from everybody that I've ever said it to.
Oh, bud. Oh, bud.
I guess he's not as old as I thought he was. He's only 32. That's not that bad.
Oh, bud. We got a thing we're gonna teach you. I'm so pumped. This is gonna be great, everybody.
Yeah, he's only 32. That's not that old. I thought he was older than that. Well, in the Machina Bridge, they make him. Well, to be fair, they make him sound old because of the fact that he smokes. So.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Which it was funny because we got a request for you to watch the Machina Bridge series video where Aerith died, and I was like, she would have to watch the whole thing to understand everybody's personalities all the way up to that point. I will say this: they did do it very tastefully. They found a way to make things funny and still paid homage to how big of a scene it was in the game.
Didn't you tell me about that one where they just were like, Phoenix down? No, that was
that was Cyanide and Happiness. Yeah,
that was Cyanide and Happiness.
That was fucking hilarious. But the Machina Bridge, Machina Bridge was sad. I actually was sad because Aerith in the Machina Bridge, like her character is like just this real innocent dumbass. Like she really doesn't know what's going on, but she's just so fucking innocent about everything. And they really play on the hardcore, like Aerith is in love with fucking Cloud. Cloud somewhat shows some love back to Aerith. Tifa is in love with Cloud, but she's constantly being a jackass to him, so he kind of doesn't necessarily have the same feelings for Tifa, but he kind of likes Tifa. So, yeah, it's pretty great. They literally start off the whole fucking first episode with him going on that mission. And the only reason why I went is because Tifa was like, if you don't go, I will find some way to get you locked up, and you will get gang raped in prison by 3 guys minimum. And so like that's how she literally started. It's so fucking funny. It's so funny.
Holy shit!
Because I think I showed you the little last bit of that where like they finally escape Midgar and it's like Red 13 on them are standing there and he like loses his shit on her because she's just being a bitch. And it's like, you said 3 guys minimum. Was that the threat or not? And she's like, well, I mean, maybe I took it too far. Was that the threat or not? And then she's like, hey, Cloud, just calm down. He's like, no, you've been a bitch ever since your fucking dad died. And then everybody just gets real quiet. And then Red 13, brand new to the party, just goes, holy shit. And then the episode ends. And I was like, no fucking way. He was quiet the entire episode. He's just like, holy shit. I was like, that's so fucking great. Oh, man. I think if you were to watch it, your favorite couple out of the show would be Red 13 and Barrett. Because they have this whole, like, they're best friends, so they call themselves the dynamic duo. They call themselves all kinds. It's crazy. It's crazy. And every time they refer to each other, they're like, best friend. It's like, it's fucking hilarious. It's so good. Oh, we'll have to get around to looking into that at one point, you watching that. But anyways, so, not for the channel. Sorry, guys. If you want reactions, that's what Dark Star's for.
Yes.
But I am all for her watching it and us doing a review show about it. That might be something that could happen. But,
yeah, that'd be fun.
So that's where we're at. Last Man in Space. A little bit of a short episode today. But I do have very sad news for everybody. We are coming to an end on our journey, unfortunately. With the first Man in Space done, we now have, as far as chapters, the Return to Midgar. And, well, not the Return to Midgar. It's the Ancient Machine, Diamond Weapon, the Return to Midgar. And then that will be one episode. And then the last episode will be the final confrontation. And that is the end of our 3-disc saga. So we have 2 episodes of actual game storytelling content. And then we'll do another episode to kind of just wrap everything up. Let Kelsey kind of do a lot of talking as far as getting her thoughts out, answering any questions that I didn't have, sharing some cool things that I've kind of been holding back due to spoiler territory and stuff like that, and set up plans so that way we can figure out when we're going to do our review show on Advent Children, because I know you guys are excited about that. But the review show for sure will be on not only Advent Children, but The Last Order as well, because she will be watching that as well. So we'll get both of those knocked out. And then, yeah, like I said, Crisis Core. And then I will really think about whether or not we want to do Dirge. I'm not sure it's 100% necessary, but we'll see. Might have to like really look into all the game cinematics on that again and kind of figure out if it's worth it. Because that one, I'm almost 100% sure is getting retconned. It is not going to be part of the new... That's actually a sad thing that I kind of do want to talk about right quick, is that with the new remake coming out, they said there's a good chance that all the spin-offs are actually going to not be canon anymore. So,
oh no,
a lot of this story could be changing in order for it to make more sense. So, like,
well, I guess if they're fleshing out everything, then it makes sense that some of the spin-offs may push back against what they're fleshing out, and they'd rather have what they're actually putting thought and time into.
Right. So there's a good chance stuff like Crisis Core, which a lot of people are actually really trying to, and that's something that we can actually talk about, because I actually want to talk to you about this the other day, before we actually watched that episode, was that is actually one of the, I told you, the fucking trailer, when Sephiroth did the whole mimicking Cloud's mom, I had to keep saying Cloud's mom. Actually, the biggest character they think he was mimicking was Zack. But I couldn't tell you that at the time because you didn't know who Zack was. Because I didn't. Or why.
Yeah.
So they actually think he was mimicking Zack, going, Cloud, you have to run. You have to live. Stuff like that, you know? So they think that he was mimicking Zack, and that's why Cloud was like, you bastard!
Bastard.
But I break that theory because, remember, that's the early days in Cloud's life. He doesn't remember who Zack is. That's back in Midgar. Cloud still thinks he's Soldier First Class. So my guess is that it's his mom. That's my guess. I told you the overall fan guess was that it was his mom because I almost fucked up, and then I caught myself midway, and I was like, oh yeah, they think it's his mom. That's my thought, is that it's more of his mom than Zack. He could be mimicking Zack just to be a dick, but I don't think Cloud is going to know who Zack is. The cool thing is...
It's also possible he's mimicking Zack. Cloud thinks he's mimicking his mom.
Yeah,
and he's mad at him for that reason. And Sephiroth thinks he's mad at him because he actually remembers Zack and all that jazz. But
because Sephiroth knows who Zack is, obviously. So, and we will get...
He probably doesn't know Cloud's last experience with Zack, though.
He won't know the ending of that now because Sephiroth was dead at that point.
Yeah. So I think then there's no way he could...
Because Sephiroth thinks that he probably killed Zack. Because remember, he fucking put Zack on his ass. And then Zack had to be like, Sephiroth, or Cloud, please kill Sephiroth. So, yep. Sephiroth probably thought that he killed Zack.
Yeah, seems unlikely then that would be, he'd be mimicking Zack under those circumstances.
Yeah. So if you're interested in taking place or taking part in that, we would love to have you. I think that it would be extremely beneficial for you if you're a Final Fantasy VII fan to understand Zack. He is one of the top rated favorites in Japan. He's actually even above Cloud. He's the #1 overall favorite Final Fantasy character in Japan. And there is a very big reason why. I like Cloud a lot too. Or sorry, I like Zack a lot too, but I just don't like him more than Cloud. Cloud's my dude. Cloud's my dude. But yeah, so that's where we're at. Yeah.
All right. Well, friends, that will wrap up our 16th episode of our Final Fantasy VII semester. Please jump in the comments and talk to us. Tell us your thoughts. Tell us what you'd like to see us do DFUs on next.
Yeah.
And then please always feel free to jump onto the Twitter or Twitch links that you can find below and come and talk to us in a little bit. Either talk to us on Twitter, obviously, where you're limited to this many characters, or you can always jump on Twitch and we actually play games and we can interact with you there. But most importantly, if you enjoyed this content, please like the video, subscribe to our channel, tell your friends about us. We're still trying to grow, and we can't do that unless you guys actually tell people who we are and that you're enjoying what we do. And then turn on the notifications so you know when to come to class.
Yep.
Bye, friends.